Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man Hezo, and welcome back to the Blacktop, where I always got next. So y'all know what day it is, man. Welcome back into another episode of NBA What If Wednesdays, where we talk about the biggest NBA what if scenarios across NBA history in terms of signings, trades, injuries, all that type of stuff that could have went down, should have went down, that could have altered the NBA universe. But before I dive into all that, as always, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button if you're looking for more basketball content. It definitely helps me grow my channel out, and I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, so help your boy out. With that being said, let's get right into it. So a small disclaimer here, I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue this series. It may not go on past this week. I just haven't really got the feedback and everything that I had hoped for when I had this series idea. I'm still on the fence about it. If you enjoy this series, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely continue it. Even if it's only for one person, that matters to me. So if you enjoy this series, let me know, and I will definitely continue. But if I'm not really getting the feedback that I had originally desired, then I'm just going to cut it off, and I may bring it back down the road. I don't know. We'll see. So with that all being said, today's what if scenario is about Kawhi Leonard. And what if Kawhi Leonard would have re-signed with the Raptors? I think that it's not. Now, this isn't really a big what if scenario in the NBA. Because it is kind of recent that he did leave the Raptors. It was only 2019 that they just won the championship. So it is kind of fresh. It's only been 2 years since he's left. But just thinking about what the Raptors could have been, or what they could be right now if they would have Kawhi Leonard, I think is a really big deal. And when you look at the Raptors, that championship run that they had in 2019, I think that they were on the verge of being a potential top team in the East for years and years to come if they would have re-signed Kawhi. Kind of like LeBron was with the Cavs. Now, I'm not comparing Kawhi to LeBron because I know better than that, even though Kawhi's my guy. But, I mean, just in general, when you look at that team, the way that they were built, and I know they lost a lot of guys since then. They lost Marc Gasol, they lost Serge Ibaka, guys like that, who did have a major contribution to that championship. And I know a lot of people say the Raptors, that championship has an asterisk. KD went down, Clay went down. And I get that, man. I really do. And you can think that if you want. I don't think that, because I honestly think that even if Clay was healthy, that they would have won the championship. Now, if KD was healthy, I don't know. It's tough to say. That's another what if scenario in itself, is what if KD doesn't get hurt. But that's another topic. So let's think about it in terms of if Kawhi resigns, right? If Kawhi resigns, they still have the core of Fred VanVleet, Kawhi, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby. Now, I know that they have Scotty Barnes right now, and they definitely would have missed out on Scotty Barnes if they would have re-signed Kawhi. But if you're substituting Kawhi for Scotty Barnes, that's a dub. Come on. I like Scotty Barnes. He's a really good rookie, and I think he's going to be a tremendous player in this league. He's kind of like a young Kawhi if you think about it. But Kawhi is a superstar, and I get he's been injured and all that, but in these what-if scenarios, the guys are healthy. So if Kawhi was healthy these last 2 years and he was on the Raptors, now you're looking at a change of championships in terms of maybe who wins the championship. I know the bubble was different. It was a lot different for a lot of teams. The Clippers folded with Kawhi and Paul George when they were up 3-1 against Denver. I think in the Western Conference semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Lakers ran through the Nuggets. But if Kawhi is in the Eastern Conference at that point with the Toronto Raptors, I don't think the Heat get to the finals, and I think that the Raptors do go back-to-back. Now, again, debate me on that if you want. It was a bubble championship, so you just never know. But the way the Raptors team is built currently and was built, now obviously it has changed over the last 2 years, like I said, from 2019 to now. But for the most part, that core is still intact. They can still make that trade for Gary Trent. They still have guys on this roster that can contribute. And they're sitting at a number 6 seed right now without a bona fide star player. Pascal Siakam's a great player, man. He's one of the best power forwards in the NBA. Fred VanVleet's a really good guard, but these guys aren't bona fide superstars. They're all-stars, but they're not superstars like Kawhi. Kawhi's a borderline top, he's a top 3 to 5 player when he's healthy. So that's a big difference. So in my opinion, they would have beat the Lakers in the championship in 2020, even in the bubble. And then you go to last year with the Bucks winning the championship. I don't know. I personally think that the Raptors might have been able to three-peat. Call me crazy. I don't know. That's just my opinion. At the end of the day, man, I'm just a dude who loves hoops and loves talking about hoops. So you may disagree with me. You may agree with me. So I do think that the Raptors probably would have won back-to-back, and they may have three-peated. Now, again, this is all based on if Kawhi is healthy. He has not been healthy this year. He did tear his, I think, what was it, MCL? I can't remember what he tore. He tore something in his knee. I just can't remember what it was. ACL, MCL, meniscus, something like that. I don't remember. I had to go back and look. But hypothetically, if he stayed healthy, I think this Raptors team is a top 2 to 3 team in the Eastern Conference if they have Kawhi Leonard still. I do think they would have won back-to-back. I think they possibly could have three-peated. Now, I know last year Giannis was on another level, especially in the finals after he hyperextended his knee in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Hawks, but came back in the finals and balled out. But realistically, I don't think Milwaukee gets there if Toronto's in their path. Call for what it is, but they squeaked by Brooklyn, and I'm not taking anything away from Milwaukee's championship run. I'm not, because I love Giannis, and I defend Giannis to the day I die. He's one of my favorite players, but they squeaked by Brooklyn. If let's be honest, if KD's foot, his big ass foot, wasn't on the line, it's probably the Nets that are going to the finals, because that was a crazy shot that he hit, and obviously it would have been to win the game, but it was to send it to overtime instead. So take that for what it's worth. Now again, I'm not discrediting Milwaukee. I think they definitely deserve that championship, but if Kawhi's on the Raptors, we seen what they did to Giannis and them boys the year that they did win the championship. Now, I get Drew Holiday wasn't there. A lot of other things go into that. This is just all a what-if scenario. This is a topic I didn't really want to elaborate on too much because it's only been 2 years removed since Kawhi has left the Raptors. But with the Clippers, it just hasn't really worked out. And I really feel like he gave up a great opportunity to build something in Toronto and really build a case that he could be a top 2 to 3 small forward of all time. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think he is a top 3 smaller forward of all time. That's just my opinion. I'm a huge Kawhi fan. Injuries have kind of stopped him from being what he can be, but we all know what Kawhi is capable of when he's healthy. I'm praying he can come back before the playoffs. I know Paul George was just cleared, so he is going to be back, and I think that changes the Western Conference big time, especially in terms of the play-in, because I think the Clippers now, they may squeak into the playoffs as an A seed. And, I mean, I don't think they're going to beat Phoenix, but if they somehow get a 7 seed and they maybe play Golden State or Memphis in the first round, I think that's a very winnable series if you have Paul George and maybe get Kawhi back. We'll see. That's to be seen. But I'm going to pretty much leave it there, man. Again, I didn't really want to make this video too long because can't really elaborate on too much being only 2 years removed, as I just said. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. You think Kawhi made a mistake leaving Toronto? You think they would have won more championships, things of that nature? Leave a like, and I will catch y'all next episode.